short segment coming up here, and we want to start it off with a star of our network. Mr. Bryan Barrett joins us on the Keith Nunley Nationwide Insurance Hotline. Folks, you can bundle your home and auto and save up to 30%. Call Keith Nunley at Nationwide Insurance, 931-723-7040 to see how much you could possibly save. Bryan Barrett was on the call tonight as Oakland blanked Blackman tonight. And this game has always kind of been the first of two meetings between these two teams. Bryan, it sounded a little lopsided. Are these two teams going to meet deep in the playoffs again?
Well, Dennis, the playoffs last year, of course, changed everything, and the two teams didn't meet as Blackman went down in the quarterfinals and played Maryville and Oakland in the semifinals, and just kind of depends on where they match up. But I think Oakland kind of flexed their muscles tonight and looking for back-to-back region championships, and they just might get it. They've got several teams to play, and Smyrna looming in Week 11, but they looked awfully good tonight.
We talked to Kevin Creasy just a few minutes ago. He was talking about Jacoby Stevens had 3 interceptions. The defense pitches a shutout. Talk about how dominant they were.
You know, the very first quarter of the game, a blocked punt set up a short field for Oakland's first score, so special teams gets the score there. Jacoby Stevens starts the first play of the second quarter with an interception. The last play right before half was an interception at the goal line. And then he had one in the third quarter as well. So not only that, but he was 1 for 1 for 79 yards and a touchdown offensively. So he kind of put on a show tonight.
He'd be signing autographs and washing cars and fixing up any old dilapidated houses over the weekend too, perhaps. The LSU
probably so.
The LSU commitment really looked good tonight for Oakland. 38-0 winner over Blackman. Dennis Weaver and Eric Keith here on the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show.
And, you know, Bryan, after tonight's game, the cream is rising to the top, and you really have to look at Oakland and Smyrna, and, you know, that Week 11 matchup, we're still several weeks away, but I'm already hyped for it.
Well, I think, you know, Oakland's not there. You're going to hear the same coach speak from Coach Creasy, you know, 1 week at a time and this, that, and the other, and they can't afford to look ahead, but if they take care of their business, you know, they've still got Riverdale, and that's always a tough battle with the two old Murfreesboro schools coming up later in the year. But with the way Brendan Matthews is guiding the offense at quarterback, and he's just got so many weapons. They're running the ball well. He's got, you know, just so many kids in the backfield that are running the ball well. Michael Roper, Zarius Gamble. Gamble even caught a couple of passes tonight. They've got their offense is really clicking. And then, you know, when you look at the secondary and you've got Caleb Oliver and Jacoby Stevens, plus just to get to the secondary, you've got to get past this line, which is, you know, probably 280, you know, on average or more. It's, you know, they're pretty intimidating. They're a pretty big football team. So whoever beats Oakland is going to have their hands full if somebody's going to beat them this year. I think they're that good.
Well, we talked to Coach Creasy just a few minutes ago, and he convinced me that the Coffee County Red Raiders are the 65 Packers. So we'll, you know, if he can do as good a job convincing his team that they need to take it one game at a time like that, he's going to be hard to hold. Bryan, anybody else that you need to mention? And what game are you doing next week?
Next week we're going to be over at Siegel, and the opponent escapes me now. I know Siegel's got Riverdale coming up, and Smyrna, I think, is Siegel-Smyrna next week over at Siegel. So that'll be the game that we're doing next Friday night. But, you know, I will mention that we're doing an early edition of our coaching show in the morning for those folks in Murfreesboro who want to listen in. We'll start at 7 a.m. The MTSU pregame show begins at 9:30, so it's bright and early for us in the morning.
Well, and it's one of the best coaching shows around. Folks tuning in to WGNS, you need to make sure you set your alarm early and get on out. Are you still at Farmers?
Well, we're in the studio now. We've
Okay.
got things catered in the studio and having a big time there every Saturday.
All right. Well, have fun on that, and we'll talk to you again real soon, my friend.
Sounds good. And by the way, I just want to say your star shines brighter than any other.
He was talking to you, Eric. I don't know what the crap you're laughing at.
Whoever wants it.
Well, I don't have my gloves on, so I'm not going to touch that. I'll talk to you again real soon, okay?
All right, man. Thanks.
Bryan Barrett with WGNS, one of the charter members of our Friday Night Thunder network, and always appreciate his great work. We're going to step away for a break. First stations on the network on the Friday Night Thunder Radio Network.